because I'm very worried about the pressure that young people in particular, but obviously it falls more so on young women, to look a certain way, to conform. Maybe you could speak a little bit personally about, what's it like being, you're 16 and in your teens at this point. Talk me through what it's like day to day. How much pressure do you feel from media, from your friends? What's life like at this point?
Well, I think right now for me, it's been a hurdle that I've come over now. I don't care as much. I definitely have a lot of self-value that I used to not have, especially when I was younger. In like year 8, I really struggled with trying to understand why I was the way I was and why should I accept that kind of thing. It was a very difficult time, and I think that's what also a lot of girls go through. I mean, just to go into it a little bit more, one of the facts that really interested me in the Girls' Attitude Survey was 33% of girls aged 11 to 21 said they'd sometimes skip meals to lose weight. And to get a little personal, I used to be one of those as well in my secondary school. I just wouldn't eat until I'd get home, not even breakfast, not anything, because I felt like I had to be in that kind of body weight. So it really does affect, especially at an age where you're growing and your body's going through, as a doctor you probably understand that, the body's going through all sorts of things, hormones are everywhere, so the last thing really you need to be doing is skipping meals, but that is a thing that happens.
Was that common amongst your friends as well? Were they doing the same, or did they notice it, or how did that work out?
I think it was because the friends I have were, very academically focused, so it was kind of more of a thing of work's more important than this, and it was kind of accepted really. And I still have friends now who kind of struggle to keep up and realize that, hey, I should be prioritizing how my body works and all these bodily functions rather than trying to get the highest grade in this thing or that, or try and keep up with workload. And really it's you need to be focusing on yourself.
And anything that you've seen from your friends, or what do you see as someone growing up in the current society that we're in?
Yeah, I've definitely noticed that social media has such a big impact on the way girls and young women think, especially with my friends. We were all academically focused, but then we also love to talk about like the latest trend on Instagram or Twitter or whatever. So growing up as like a teenager and now looking back, I realised how much control social media had over everything that we did, because we just wanted to look good for the Instagram or whatever, whether that be like dieting, because another stat from the Girls' Attitude Survey, 62% of girls and young women aged 11 to 21 have considered going on a diet. So that really shows something. And with the pressures of like academics, social media, like pressures from parents to look a certain way, to be a certain way, to be their like perfect ideal child, it really can impact young women, and I especially found that, and like I still struggle with it now as a 20-year-old, like living by myself at university. I still find myself going back into the same kind of path that I was in when I was 16, 17, and I was growing up and seeing all of these like traditionally like pretty people in the media and things like that, and I was like, but they don't look like me, and I still find that now. But over the last like 5 years especially, I've noticed that the media has become significantly more diverse, with like body types, skin colours, various things like that. Like a lot of places are now showing stretch marks, which is amazing, and it is like slowly becoming a place where it's showing it is okay to look how you look, and you don't have to change the way you look or the way you behave, or force yourself into dresses that are too small, or stop eating because you think you need to be a dress size smaller than you are. So I think there is progress, but there definitely is more that could be done.